I went and saw the movie Cats, and the reviews about the film were all wrong, and I really do mean this, for two reasons. First, I watch a ton of reviews, and as everybody's heard, the film Cats is a nightmarish disaster. Okay, it's weird and creepy and boring and all of these things. Okay, that's technically true. And so I listened to a bunch of these reviews and I thought, man, now I really, really want to see it. Because for those of you that aren't familiar, Cats has, one really, really famous song, Memory. It's like super, super famous. And then there's another moderately well-known song, Mr. Mistopheles. And I was familiar with those songs. And there was a couple other I'd heard before. So let me not bury the lead. Cats is an unmitigated disaster. The reviews were wrong for two reasons. It's not bad, it's complete torture, okay? Complete torture, and I'll tell you why. The reviews I saw, I guess these people don't know what Cats is. They're not familiar with what the play was. I'm only, slightly familiar with it. But a lot of people said, I guess if you like the music, you'll probably, be okay singing. No, you were wrong. They were all wrong. The music was trash. It was like the worst renditions of these songs I'd ever heard, and I was furious, and I am going to rag on this, and this is the review you need to see. But more importantly, I guess, what is this? Last week, Judi Dench says her Cats character is trans. Out magazine actually covers this. So Judi Dench played one of the most important characters, Old Deuteronomy. Basically, the plot is that all these cats want to go to Heaviside Lair or something where they can be reborn into a new life. It's kind of culty, and Old Deuteronomy makes the choice and chooses who. Played by Judi Dench, which is supposed to be a male character, she claims the cat is trans. I guess it was somewhat in jest, it was said, but would that be disrespectful or respectful? I don't honestly know. It's confusing because when Scarlett Johansson was cast to play as a trans woman in a movie, everybody got angry, and then she ditched the role, and it was a big backlash, and she had to apologize for it. But when Judi Dench comes out and goes, I guess my character is trans, everyone's like, okay, that's good, I guess. I don't want to act like it was done on purpose. I think a lot of people are using Cats as like, I think they're exaggerating a lot about it. And I think this story is also being exaggerated a little bit. So let me read this and break the context down for you. And then I want to talk to you about all of the problems of the film. Trust me, it's interesting. Judi Dench has a very interesting take on her Cats character. One that we can't tell if she's serious about or not. It was clearly not serious. In the big Christmas musical adaptation, Dench plays Old Deuteronomy, a wise old cat who judges the annual Jellicle Ball, during which different cats perform for the chance to ascend to the Heaviside Lair and be reborn into a new life. The role is traditionally played by a male actor, but Dench was tapped for the big screen version, a full circle moment, as she was supposed to star in the 1981 West End stage production of the musical as Grisabella, the glamour cat, and Jenny Anydots, the old Gumby cat, but had to drop out after snapping her Achilles tendon. Oof, brutal. Quote, "It's glorious to have been included in it, I must say," Dench told Out at a London press junket for the film on Thursday. "It was nerve-wracking because all I can hear is Brian blessed all the time in the production that I wasn't able to be in." She added, referring to the actor who played Old Deuteronomy in the West End production. "Being cast in the traditionally male role was totally unexpected for Dench. I kind of call it trans Deuteronomy, is the part for me, Do the cats of cats have access to hormones? And when exactly did Old Deuteronomy transition?" Dench added that it was lovely to be led about and be an aged cat. Very nice indeed. It seems like Dench's comments seem more joking, but if she's serious, visibility matters. Okay, first of all, the movie is trash? No, this is not good visibility if that's the case. Judi Dench actually told Out magazine that her cat was trans, so it's kind of, I don't understand why they're not finding it to be disrespectful that she was kind of playing this up. The reality is, visibility does matter, absolutely, but not cats. I'm sorry, no, please. Let's have some fun. If for some reason you care about the film Cats, I am going to now explain to you why all of the reviews are wrong. Okay? This was actually strange to me. I watched like 6 or 7 reviews of the film Cats, and people don't seem to understand what Cats is. One thing I heard from every reviewer is that I guess there's no plot. There's not a plot. There's never been a plot. It's Cats. It's literally just songs. Okay? So these people go to the film not knowing what Cats is, thinking that there's supposed to be a storyline. There isn't. There's more of a storyline in the movie than the actual play. The play is sung through, meaning there's no point at which people talk and have dialogue. It's literally just song after song. And so I'm watching all these reviews, and people are like, I guess it just is like people will sing, and then all of a sudden some other cat comes in and then sings and then leaves. Yes, welcome to the play Cats. But I'll tell you where they got it wrong. It was the most frustrating thing to me. First of all, I love the song Memory, okay? And I love the song Mr. Mistopheles. They're fun. And they brutally murdered all of the music. Imagine this. Here's how I'll explain it to you. And then I want to explain to you for this article from CBR. Cats is a dumpster fire, but it always has been. Always. For whatever reason, Cats is popular. I don't know. People have criticized in the past for having no plot. It's just songs. But when the songs are done well, it's fun to sit there and listen to the music of the musical Cats. Let me explain something to you about what this film was. First, there are movies that are so bad, they're good. And I will admit, there are many people who explained this. Notably, Amanda the Jedi, if you follow her on YouTube, she does like cultural commentary stuff. She said, this is not that, okay? Do not think this film is so bad, you will actually enjoy it. No. And she was right. Absolutely correct. The film is literally nothing. Nothing is happening, okay? You're sitting there staring at the screen as random nothing is happening. There's nothing engaging. And the songs are performed so poorly, in my opinion, that it's like, you can't even enjoy the music, right? So at least when you go and see the musical, you're like hanging out with my friends, and there's a play, and they're interacting with the audience, and they break the fourth wall, and you have that experience. In the movie, no. So let me explain to you. Here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to look up the original. No, there's a 1998 version of Memory by ELAINE Paige, and it is glorious. And one of the top comments says something great. It says, she has ruined this role for any, someone commented saying she has ruined this role for every other, performer ever. It's true. That rendition of Memory is beautiful. Now I'm going to be mean, and I'm going to tell you what's wrong with this movie, and you're going to be upset because it's gross. Jennifer Hudson plays Grisabella the cat, and she sings the song Memory. And it is, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, okay? But it literally was the worst rendition of the song Memory I've ever heard in my life. In School of Rock, again, I'm pulling this from Amanda the Jedi's video because I think this is where maybe it wasn't her, I don't know. But she shows the clip from School of Rock with Jack Black, where that girl, Miranda Cosgrove, actress, very poorly sings the first line of the song Memory. That was better. It was supposed to be shrill and bad and like to highlight how this little girl couldn't sing. The problem with the rendition from Jennifer Hudson is that as she's singing, she's whispering. She's like whispering very softly while crying, and snot is pouring out of her nose. I'm not exaggerating, okay? Do not go see this movie. It is not a movie where you're like, wow, that's so bad, it's good. It's literally like cringe-inducing and painful. I kid you not. It was painful to hear this just tragic and terrible rendition of Memory. Because here's what I'm thinking. As I'm sitting through this god-awful version of whatever this is supposed to be, and it was trash, okay? They're creepy, weird cat monsters, and and my favorite criticism is they're so horny for some reason. I mean, they always were, I guess, in the play. But I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I know some of the songs, I don't not well, but at least I'll enjoy them. And some of them were kind of fun, and I'm like, okay, it's not bad. But you know what? It was really, really boring. It was hard to sit through, but I'm thinking, you know what, man? The payoff is going to be a new epic version of Memory. This is a great song. It's a classic. Everybody, you probably know, you probably heard it. Go check out that ELAINE Paige version from 1998. It'll pop up. It's famous. And I'm thinking, it's gonna be great, okay? Because the movie's really, really bad, but I'm watching it, and then we'll see. First, let me tell you, the reason I went to go see it was because I genuinely thought it might be one of these films that's so bad is good, even though I was warned. It's really just a boring bit of nothing. You're sitting through nothing. It's like sitting in a dark room, bored. I wanted to pull out my phone and just play games. But I was hoping the two songs I wanted to hear, Mr. Mistopheles and the amazing Mr. Mistopheles and Memory, would at least be fun. Think of your favorite song. Think of your favorite point of that song. Many songs that do really, really well have a good bit of rising action, and then the crescendo, boom, the song picks up, and there's the chorus, and you're like, oh, it's so satisfying. Now imagine your favorite song is playing, and that favorite part you really like, right when they're about to get to it, you're getting that feeling like, oh, it's my favorite part of the song, and then it cuts to a whisper, and the music disappears, and it's just someone quietly talking, and that's what it felt like. And it's painful because You know, humans have this urge to see things finished through, right? I was watching this thing about how like clickbait works, because people will see a title and their brain is unsatisfied by not seeing the conclusion. So it'll be like, you know, this is why so-and-so did X. And you're like, what? I have to know, because your brain doesn't want that incomplete bit. You have to have the complete story. So listening to music that never reaches the crescendo, or only does for like 3 seconds and then stops again, it was like someone was punching me in the face repeatedly. That bothered me, man. I wanted to hear these songs, and they were done so awfully and miserably. I don't know what they were trying to do with this film, but you know what? Okay, I'm gonna stop ranting on this. But I have this article pulled up from CBR, because one of the things that people get wrong is that Cats has always been weird and bad, okay, from a storytelling perspective, but it's a fun experience as a musical where they break the fourth wall and you go sit there and you actually watch people dance. It's also interesting to see the dancing and the singing, and it's upbeat and exciting. This movie was twisted and depressing. It was off-putting for the weird monsterish form of these weird people cats. There were CGI mistakes that were really creepy and weird. They tried putting some weird dialogue and plot bit in it, and at a certain point it makes no sense. Rebel Wilson saying things to be funny that were not funny. So, you know, the whole thing was just genuinely awful for several reasons, but one of which was that they didn't know what they were doing, right? They wanted it to be Cats, which is a sung-through musical, but then they wanted to put some dialogue in it. Well, then don't. But then, you know what, man? You know, you get the point. Cats continues to be mauled as Evan Rachel Wood brands it the worst thing I have ever seen. I really want to drive this home, okay? There's one reason why I'm recording a segment about Cats. I wanted to see it because of the cultural conversation, I suppose, because people have been talking about it. Not because I necessarily wanted to record this video. I thought I would find that these reviewers were all wrong. They just didn't know what the play was. When people were saying things like, I guess there's no plot to this movie, I'm like, duh, it's Cats, dude. Like, what do you think? It's a sung-through musical. It's not going to be people like having a conversation. There's no script. It's just music. And then I thought I'd enjoy the music. But they butchered the music, and it was miserable and mind-numbing. And so I gotta be honest. I left like a few minutes before the end. So I left like when they started doing this roundup thing where they're singing about cats aren't being dogs or whatever. And I'm like, I've had enough. Okay. When they ruined the song Memory, I was like, let me end with this. Okay. So I'll stop. Jennifer Hudson singing the song Memory, literally with snot pouring out of her nose as she whisper cries the lyrics, was the most anger-inducing thing I've ever experienced. Okay. It was a combination of annoying and like, you ever talk to somebody and they're muttering and you're like, can you speak up? I can't hear you. And you're like, it is so annoying when you keep muttering and I can't understand what you're saying. Yeah, now do that. Watch this movie. I'm warning you, do not see this movie. Do not think that you will laugh at it. Do not think that you will enjoy the music. Do not think anything positive about this. I am warning you because I made this mistake. I thought it would be so bad I'd at least be laughing at the things I heard about. I'd go to the film and be like, I know it's not so bad, it's good, but I want to see what people are saying. No, trust me. I made that mistake. I wasted my money. I'll see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thanks for hanging out. Podcast every day at 6:30.